Hello, ladies. Welcome. We're so excited you joined us. We have decided to do some interviews that will just help us better know what our workshops are about at the upcoming fall retreat. And so today I have Amanda Robinson with me, and we're going to talk a little bit about our workshop. And Amanda, I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Well, one of the workshop topics that we wanted to do, and we felt you would be so good at it, is living godly in an ungodly world. And the amazing thing is we decided on this workshop well before what we went through
Yes.
these months. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Why do you think this workshop is needed? Why do you think we need a workshop that talks about living godly in an ungodly world?
It is crazy to think about how this came about way before everything that has happened in the last 3 months, and praying through this and just seeking God constantly, of what exactly we need. This is what we need. We are kind of living in days that none of us have seen before. It's crazy on so many different fronts and so ungodly. I mean, we just, I sometimes just have to turn off my Facebook and turn off my news because it's awful. It's depressing. And we are living in the epitome of an ungodly world. And as Christian women, how do we live in that? And how do we remain salt and light and live out a godly life in the midst of that? So
absolutely. I find it difficult. For me, I'm surrounded by the kind of people that you would want to be surrounded by. But I know for my daughter, she's really struggling, trying to stand up for what she believes in her work today. It's really hard. So when you do this workshop and you begin to teach this stuff, who will it be for? What will the woman that needs to be there, who will that woman be?
It really is actually intended for people who live in work in a secular place. You're right. I mean, in ministry, there are challenges that you face, there, no doubt about it. There's a different set of challenges when you live in a secular world. We live in a secular world, when we work in a secular world, when we are constantly bombarded with a worldview, and so that, is really kind of my heart for this. I think of, so many things in the news right now, so many things that we see on our Facebook, our Instagram, appear noble and they appear right. Mm-hmm. Taking that and saying, okay, but does it align with God's truth and does it align with God's word? We, especially that are in the secular world working there, need to know that, and we need to see and be able to recognize things that may sound right but may not be aligned with God's word. And so those are the people that I want to come.
Absolutely. Now tell me what it is about you that you have the expertise in this, why you've been asked to teach this workshop. What is it? What's your history, your background?
Okay. Expertise is a stretch for me because I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm a teacher in a public school. My husband and I have been youth workers and youth pastors for about 9 years. And personally, I'm kind of fascinated with culture. I'm fascinated with trends and with just being really kind of up to date. I love to read about how society is moving and changing. And so in that, okay, here's what we know and we see in society, and then how do we combat that with God's word? And so expertise may be a stretch, but I do feel very passionate about just being aware. We don't want to live under a rock, and we don't want to be so secluded and so hidden that we don't know how to be effective.
Absolutely. I know even when I listen to podcasts, I listen to books, and I have a lot of young women and young men who do that too. And it's so easily to listen to something or hear something or read a book, and then all of a sudden that's the direction you're going. You're going to go, you sway this direction, and then somebody else says something of, now I'm doing it this way. And just to really be grounded in God's word.
Yep.
know what
Exactly.
His Word says.
Exactly.
I think that's so important. Well, I mean, we're looking forward to your workshop. I think it's going to be
Good.
dynamic. And
Me too.
I'm so glad you joined me today.
Thank you.